I want everybody to just take a look around the next time you go to the mall or go to the stores or pretty much next time you go anywhere. What you guys are going to see is a trend that is becoming more and more popular among children. And this problem is becoming a very big problem, and it's growing each year. And the topic that I wish to speak on today is childhood obesity. And I've been able to experience firsthand the effects of childhood obesity, and I've been able to study it in a variety of different ways. And I'm not going to say I'm not a professional on it, but I've been able to see a lot of different experiences with it and a lot of different individuals who have suffered from it. And today I just want to discuss, two main causes. Just want to inform you guys on two main causes that I believe that are contributing to this childhood epidemic. So we would just start off by talking about just the eating habits and how that affects, the obesity among children. And eating too much is now becoming one of the most commonly recognized culprits for childhood obesity. The Center of Disease Control states that energy imbalance is one of the key factors. And energy imbalance, for those of you that don't know, is defined as when the number of calories consumed is not equal to the number of calories used. So in other words, you eat a huge meal, you consume, let's say, 900 calories, and you go out and you do whatever you do. If you're only exerting 300 calories, you have 600 leftover calories, and that's what the Center of Disease Control is talking about in the imbalance in energy. And the Mayo Clinic also talks about how obesity is more common among children in industrialized countries where fast food and convenience food is consumed more often than the healthy meals, the made at home meals. And children are just eating way too much food but not burning the proper amount of calories. And so they're going to McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King, Sonic, all these different fast food restaurants where it's cheap, it's quick, it's easy, it tastes good. And these fast foods, they're just loaded with refined sugar, with fat, with sodium, with a bunch of empty calories. And according to MSNBC.com, about 49% of parents say that because there isn't enough time for a home-cooked meal, they turn to restaurants, the restaurants which are typically high in calories and have less fruits and vegetables available to them. It's totally fine, to go out maybe once a week, once every other week to a fast food place. It happens. Life takes over. It has to be done. But these scientists and these researchers are saying that these are causing the problems among the childhood obesity. And according to CBS News, a recent study uncovered that every day, approximately 1/3 of children in the United States between the ages of 4 and 19 eat fast food. So every single day, there are hundreds of thousands of children eating fast food. And researchers and scientists found that fast food adds on about 6 pounds per child a year. So it's just crazy. And the study also found that children who eat fast food consumed about 187 more calories every day. And this is from the refined sugar, the added fats, and the empty calories. And so every day children are on average eating 187 more calories than what they need to be eating, and not having the right amount of activity that is allowing them to burn the needed calories that they need to. And believe it or not, parents actually have a bigger role in this than they realize. As most kids, when you're growing up, you learn eating habits from your parents. You watch how they eat, you watch what they eat, how they cook things. And a lot of children and children are very impressionable, and so they see these things, and that's what they're going to do. If the parent cooks with a lot of butter, or they cook and they fry everything, these things get passed on to their children. And we've all heard this growing up. Your parents say, if you don't finish your meal, you're not going to get dessert. And it's just these things that are going on in society where children are not being forced to eat, but they're getting this food forced upon them. And I totally agree. If it is a healthy meal and there are fruit and there are vegetables on that plate, yes, the children need to eat their fruit and vegetables. But if it's fried fish or if it's fried chicken, you shouldn't be making. It's kind of two harms. You're making them finish this fried food, and then you're making them eat desserts as well. They're high in calories. And today we're just seeing an increase in portion sizes. I don't know if any of you have seen that experiment that gentleman did with McDonald's. It's called Super Size Me. For 30 days, he just ate McDonald's, and the portion sizes that he got when they asked him to be supersized was just incredible, and the portion sizes are just getting out of control, and that plays a big part in childhood obesity as well. It's just a surplus amount of food at one sitting. And Lisa Drawer says that restaurant portions are distorting Americans' views of portion sizes, and consequently, Americans have acquired a more is better mentality. So saying, you gotta eat, you gotta bulk up, you gotta beef up. It's a big term in football. You gotta bulk up, you gotta get big. And according to mealsmatter.org, the portion sizes have increased tremendously. In the 1950s, for example, the portion for a fountain soda was 7 ounces, compared to 12 to 64 ounces in 2003. So it's more than quadrupled. It's more than 7 times the amount that it was in 1950. And there's all these different factors. One, the eating habits that children are having, and then also exercise is playing a role in the extra padding on kids and adults. And according to CDC, physical activity plays a vital role in energy balance, the energy balance that we were talking about earlier. And children consume more calories than they expend. And when this happens, that's when weight gain occurs. Just look, when you drive around your neighborhood, just look how many kids are playing outside. Look how many kids, are playing street hockey or different things like that. It's not as many as there once was. I know when I was a kid, I was always outside, playing wiffle ball, street hockey, soccer, football. And nowadays, kids are just waiting to get the newest version of Call of Duty. They're playing way too many video games. They're not getting outside. They're not participating in recreational sports. And so they're just eating, and they're not expending any calories. And according to a former Surgeon General, Richard Kimona, the average American child spends at least 4 hours a day engaged in sedentary activities such as watching television, playing video games, and playing on the computer. 4 hours a day, that's almost as long as they're at school. And most of these activities, they're taking away time that they could be doing physical activities or being engaged in different activities that gets their heart rate up, gets them in that fat burning zone. And we just need children to start burning the calories that not burning all the calories, but burning the necessary calories that they need. So in conclusion, there are many causes of childhood obesity. I mentioned just a few. I just mentioned the eating habits and the lack of exercise. And, those are the two simplest ones that I feel that could be easily corrected. And it's just, on my research, just seeing all the different types, all the different effects that children go through, stress, all these different things. The two main effects are that they eat too much and they exercise too little. And we just need to take a look around us. Now, hopefully you guys have seen, the importance of understanding childhood obesity, because it is a growing epidemic. It's growing way out of control, and it's affecting more and more children every single year. And so hopefully you guys have a great understanding of that and be able to understand how we can help it.